This is the Kindy Rockstars Podcast, Season 4. Bringing you incredibly talented singers, artists, creators, and producers in the genre of children's music. I'm your host, Patrick Adams. Each episode will feature songs, albums, videos, or live performances, along with great stories from the artists themselves. Kindy Rockstars Season 4 is proud to be supported and sponsored by Waltmania Public Relations, serving the family entertainment community for more than 20 years. And now, on with the show. Hello, everybody. Welcome to another episode of Kindy Rockstars. I am delighted to have back on the show my friend Christopher. Welcome back.
Hey, Patrick. Thanks so much for having me on again.
You got it. And everybody go back to Season 3, Episode 3 to learn a little bit more about my friend Christopher and how he got started in the biz. But for now, let me know, what have you been up to since the last time we talked? It's been a little under a year, I think.
Yeah, Patrick, thanks for asking. So I just released my second album, Tuba Blues, and that album was nominated for a Canadian Folk Music Award up here in Canada. And so I actually just about a month ago was up in Vancouver for that awards ceremony. So that was really nice to be recognized up here in Canada for my children's album, Tuba Blues. And since then, of course, I've still been playing and writing and working on new music. And I've just have the single that just came out actually just under a week ago called All the Small Things, just a little song. It kind of came to me that I wrote and recorded on my own. I'm doing some work in the studio, working on my next full-length album in the studio with a bigger band with more players. But this one I kind of did mostly on my own with a little help from somebody, from a drummer down in New Orleans. It's a great place to have a drummer. He helped me record this, and it's me singing with my son Oscar. And so, yeah, my latest single just out is called All the Small Things.
Yeah, we're going to feature that song today here on the show, so you get to hear it. But tell me a little bit more about, what's it about? What inspired you to write it? And what do you want people to take away from it?
Sure. Well, yeah, All the Small Things is, it's just that it's about doing little things. But it takes a small picture view. Like the first line is like, turn the who left the light on in your room, please turn the light off. So very like, not super interesting, but I do my best to make it interesting. But then it expands out from there into other small things kind of around the house that we could do, but also like in the world. So in the third verse, my son kind of challenges me back. My kid Oscar is singing with me on this, and he says, leave the car home. So now it becomes, instead of just taking care of stuff around the house, it becomes an environmental message and thinking about our small decisions every day, but how those have an impact on the world we live in, and how to make it great for us as adults, but especially for our kids.
Now, is this Oscar's debut, or has he worked with you on other songs?
That's a great question. This is Oscar's first feature. My kid Willa is featured on a couple songs that I've done before, and Oscar probably snuck into a chorus in some songs when he was younger, but he hasn't had kind of lines to sing on his own. So this is Oscar's first time. He's 10 years old. He's been probably singing with me since he was 7 or 8, doing kind of backups, but this is his first solo feature. Yeah.
So at the awards, did you get to meet any of your fellow Canadian kindies?
For sure. Yeah, for sure. So kind of all the big Kindy artists in Canada were there. Will from Will's Jams. I met Gina Lena, who's a wonderful, really, really enjoyed her performance and really enjoyed her kind of the warmth of her personality. Meeting her in person was great. She's a West Coaster. She's from Vancouver. And I traveled from Ontario with my friends, the Relative Miners. So they were out there. That we live actually very close to each other here in Southern Ontario, but we connected here, and then we met up again out west and kind of hung out a bit and enjoyed the awards and the children's music showcase that we did together on Granville Island. So yeah, meeting lots of great folks in Canadian Kindy music. I have to mention too, Ken Whiteley. He's kind of a giant of Canadian kids music because he played on like the first Raffi albums. He played on most of the early Raffi albums. He's slide guitar guitar. He's a multi-instrumentalist, guitarist, slide guitar, mandolin, banjo, and he actually did a little work with me on my last album, Tuba Blues, as well. So it was great to meet him in person.
Well, big shout out to Matt and Kira. I just had them, the Relative
Oh.
Miners, on the show. So we'll actually be this will be in the past, but I'll be releasing their episode tomorrow as we speak.
Oh, that's so cool. All right. Well, yeah, it's great to meet Matt and Kier and Laura and the rest of the band, the Relative Miners. They're fun folks, and we had a good time together. So it's great to hear that they've been on your show as well.
So with your upcoming album, have you written a good portion of it, or how far along are you with it?
Yeah, I'm always writing, Patrick. So like kind of even today, I was touching up some lines for a song that's going to go on this album that I didn't know was going to go on the album when I started it in February. So I'm always writing, and new stuff is always coming to me. The theme that's kind of emerging for this next album that I'm really excited about, because my friend Christopher has been mainly a solo project with help. You know, I call in other musicians and of course my kids to sing with me, but I'm really excited because I've got my two brothers that are going to be playing their instruments, stand-up bass and saxophone or clarinet on this album, a great drummer, and my trombonist that's been playing with me for a couple of years. So I've got I feel the power of the dad band behind me in this one. So we're all from Hamilton. We all know each other. We all know each other's, we've all got younger kids. We all know each other's kids. So really kind of a theme that's coming together for my next album is me not just performing with others and saying, okay, now you play this and you play this, but me creating with others. That's kind of become an aspect of recording in the studio that I've really loved, working with these other guys as I create these songs. So yeah, I feel great about working with other people.
Awesome. All right. Well, I'm excited to play All the Small Things. This is a great song, but any last words before we let everyone take a listen?
Yeah, just yeah, I mean the message, there's so many kind of environmental messages to kids, and lots of they're great messages, but really it's not complicated, you know. Just do thoughtful actions, and that's what this song is about. So I hope you kind of think about small things you do in your life and how that translate, and not just for kids, but for like parents too. What little things are you doing? Because your kids are always watching you, right? And they're picking up on what you're doing. So make sure you're doing those small things right, and the big things will follow.
Awesome. All right. Well, let's play it. I know you'll enjoy it. Here it is, All the Small Things by my friend Christopher.
Who left the light on? Who left the light on? Who left the light on in your room? You left the light on. You left the light on. Please turn it off and do it soon. I know you're not there. The light is upstairs. But if I care, then so could you. 'Cause if we all think to do the small things, we'll change the world, we'll change the world. Who let the cat out? Who let the cat out? Who let the cat out the back door? You let the cat out, you let the cat out. I don't hear birds anymore. Let's do the right thing and let the birds sing. Keep the cat inside with us. 'Cause if we all think to do the small things, we'll change the world, we'll change the world. It's all the small things, it's all the small things, it's all the small things every day. It's all the small things, pick up the ball things, a little work before we play. It's all the small things that help us all think that you and I can do and say. 'Cause if we all think to do the small things, change the world, change the world, we'll change the world.
Leave the car home.
What?
Leave the car home.
What are you saying?
Leave the car and we can walk.
Well, what about the stuff?
Leave the car.
Mm-hmm.
It's not far.
But,
And on the way we'll have a talk.
okay.
Sometimes it pays
Does it?
to change our ways.
My ways?
And it's like you always say,
Oh, yeah. If we all think to do the small things, we'll change the world. We'll change the world. It's all the small
it's all the
things.
small things.
It's all the small
It's all the
things.
small things.
It's all the small things every day.
Every day.
It's all the small
It's all the
things.
small
Pick
things.
up the ball
Pick up
things.
the ball
A
things.
little work before we play.
Before we play.
It's all the small
It's all the
things
small
that
things
help us all
help
things
us all
that you
things
and I can do and say.
do and say.
'Cause if we all think to do the small things, we'll change the world. We'll change the world. 'Cause if we all think to do the small things, we'll change the world. We'll change the world. We'll change the world.
And that was All the Small Things. All right, my friend Christopher, let everybody know where they can stream, buy, download that song, and where they can find and connect with you.
Of course. All right. Thanks for asking, Patrick. So my songs are in all the usual places. They're on Spotify, they're on YouTube, they're on YouTube Music. Pandora for listeners in countries where they have Pandora. Please check my song out there. It's been popping up in lots of playlists, lots of listener playlists in Pandora lately. I'm grateful to all the folks in the radio shows who've been playing my song. Saturday morning Cereal Bowl, Kiddo Radio, Kids.radio any day now, Kinderling Radio in Australia, Funky Kids Radio. So thanks to all those places. You might just hear my song one day on there. Even for listeners in the UK, Fun Kids UK is a place you can go. I love for people to connect with me at my website, www.myfriendchristopher.ca. There's a little button there. You can send me an email, just to say hi, that you enjoy the song, or suggestions for improvements, whatever. I'll take it all. And also, of course, on Bandcamp, that's, I find, a really artist-friendly platform where that'll be the first place where I release new music and let my mailing list know that my music is there. So you can always check it out there. You can download it for free from Bandcamp and send me a message if you want, say hello. And yeah, so my music is kind of everywhere there's music on the internet, pretty much.
Fantastic. All right. Well, thank you so much for coming on and featuring the song. And let's chat again when your album comes out.
That sounds good. Thanks very much to you, Patrick.
All right. Take care.
You too.